The Faculty of Humanities at the University of Pretoria is really a dynamic faculty. We have a rich student body. We have a range of options in the arts, in the big tradition of the liberal arts, and I think that's a very attractive quality for students coming to university.
I think what we do as a humanities faculty is try to make sense of the different things that count or that matter for someone's existence.
We've got a range of talented staff that not only come from South Africa, but from the rest of the world. We're not inward-looking, we're forward-looking. We're an inclusive faculty that recognize that knowledge is not made by ourselves, but made in conjunction with the global world.
The University of Pretoria is one university that is doing cutting-edge research in virtually all the disciplines that you can think about.
So our courses are basically offered across disciplines, and that actually requires a certain level of skill to be able to work that way and to be able to actually see the strengths of each profession in actually facilitating and developing participation.
We do research in linguistics, we do research in literature, in whatever linguistic aspect you can think of, we do research, and then we also do applied research. We have students who on their own design apps for medical terminology. So that, for example, when a doctor goes into a hospital and his patient cannot speak Northern Sotho or Zulu, they have an app on a cell phone which assists them in communicating with the patient.
One of the areas where we've had a particular interest in is in ear and hearing healthcare, where we've been working closely with colleagues in the Faculty of Engineering to leverage mobile technologies to improve access to care.
We want to make a difference, and we want to identify the children as early as possible, trying to break that vicious cycle of poverty resulting in disability, and then in itself disability again resulting in poverty.
Being in Pretoria, our department firstly can contribute to the policy discussion practically by putting people together. We have great convening power. Secondly, a lot of our research can be really tied to what's happening in the world and also can speak directly to policy.
There are trends which are emerging in this university in particular, where we try to see who we are, where we're aiming at, how we define our community.
Listen, this country's going places. You just have to attend one of the first-year classes on the kinds of conversations we have about issues such as labor and the economy or religion, or what's happening in our households and families.
My master's research is focused on investigating the idea of African identity and how it has been conceptualized and articulated in contemporary African philosophical discourse.
I'm studying a course called African-European Cultural Relations. Because I came from the arts, I specifically decided to study narratives, symbolic spaces, and visual worlds. And I looked at a group of upcoming artists or young artists on the South African scene, and I explored their different strategies of how they practice blackness.
In the discourse of peace building, a lot has been on Western methods of peace building, whereas these methods have failed. Hence, tradition-based approaches are the alternative. And as an African scholar, I'm contributing to this emerging theory because it helps us to understand how the local communities can address challenges they face. This area of specialization helps me to contribute to African solutions for African problems.
We cannot bring about change without people. And we cannot bring change without people believing that they can and give them the hope that they can and bring them in contact with their own capabilities and their own strengths to make things happen.
Fundamentally, we are human. And to be human needs to be informed by the disciplines that are offered within the humanities faculty.
For the first time, we may be able actually to produce that new knowledge that is necessary to all societies around the world to deal with new issues. And at the same time, provide the teaching that students want, the type of teaching that is really in touch with the 21st century.
In a way, I think it's a home of global citizenship, where students coming in are really exposed to the best of the world in this faculty.